Hansa Park is one of the most interesting theme parks in Germany. This place opened back in 1973 as Legoland before being transformed into a charming one-of-a-kind family park. This property always looked great with the atmosphere and theming, but the park has really stepped up their ride offerings with a series of thrill rides from Gerstlauer. So in this video, I'll rank the park's top 15 rides and attractions. Now most of these rides are still at the park, but there is one special defunct attraction. I'll make this list later. Number 15, Barracuda Slide. This quartet of wet-dry water slides consists of a triple down. The first and third drops are relatively mild, but you will feel the entire raft lift off the slide in the second hump, which is quite the thrill. Number 14, Pony Post. This pony trek style attraction is typically a children's ride where you ride on a galloping horse, but this one gives riders guns to shoot at targets along the course. While this park doesn't have a true dark ride, they at least have one of the weirdest interactive shooting rides out there. Number 13, Störtebeckers Kaperfahrt. This is a Wild Water West spinning raft ride with an emphasis on spinning. Your raft will quickly spin for the entire descent, much like a teacup style ride, and you have a 50-50 chance of coming off wet. While the ride itself won't get you wet, the free sprayers adjacent to the attraction can get you soaked if guests are manning them. Number 12, Wildwasserfahrt. This aero log flume will always get you soaked. The splash from the first drop rebounds off the wall right into the boat. The second drop is taller, but it's just okay in terms of thrills. The ride does have a scenic layout though between the bits of theming and all the landscaping. Number 11, Schlange von Midgard. This Gerstlauer coaster is a fun layout over the water. You get 2 laps and it offers some decently strong laterals at points. Then there's also a dark ride sequence during the ride's lift hill that transforms your Garden Variety Junior coaster into a worthwhile experience for all ages. Number 10, Crazy Mine. This Mauer Wild Mouse has some great hairpin turns in the first half. You get some strong laterals as you round those corners. There is a pretty hard break before the second half, but you can still get an airtime pop on the largest drop and subsequent ascent. Then you also have some western theming around the attraction, and to be honest, I may even like the observation tower adjacent to the attraction more than the ride itself. It offers some sweet views. Number 9, Holsteinturm. Speaking of great views, this park features a 33-story tall Huss observation tower. Hansa Park is atop a hill overlooking the Baltic Sea, and the view looking down at the water is breathtaking. The view of the park is amazing too. I love how you can see for miles in each direction, and this is an absolute must while you're at the park if you love photography. Number 8, Super Splash. This is the park's second adult flume, and 4th log flume overall. It has a really short layout. You head up a large 66-foot or 20-meter tall lift hill, navigate some high turns, and head down a double down. The second part of this drop has some fun floater airtime, especially since you have zero restraints, and the resultant splash causes just a sprinkle. Just make sure to lean forwards because the drop can jackhammer a bit. Number 7, the Royal Scotsman. This Vekoma coaster uses the familiar roller skater ride system, but it's a much larger and more elaborate layout. I love how the coaster interacts with Nessie. The visuals are great, especially the helix through Nessie's vertical loop. This helix also has a bit of force to it, and the second helix has some laterals too. While this ride isn't overly thrilling, it is very smooth and enjoyable for all ages. Number 6, Space Scooter. This is one of the most unique set of bumper cars out there. Each car is a laser and you operate a foot pedal to shoot at 9 different targets or planets. Whoever completes this task first wins. It's a really neat gimmick I haven't seen anywhere else, but it is sort of awkward how you have to T-bone a wall basically to hit those targets. Then the cars also have good speed and power, so you also have the option to clobber other guests who are not paying attention to you and instead focused on targets. Up next would have been Glocka. This fun-time frisbee was most famous for being themed to a bell. It was one of the most unique looking rides out there. Too bad it also had one of the lowest capacities, seating just 6 riders per cycle, which is why it was ultimately removed. It is a shame because the ride experience was really good. The max swings had good sustained floater airtime, and this one spun faster than other frisbees. and there also is a cool water geyser below your feet. Number 5, Nessie. This classic Schwarzkopf is the park's oldest operating coaster, and it's still a nice ride, especially in that back row. In that seat, you get some fun floater airtime on the first drop, and strong ejector airtime on the second drop. Then everyone can appreciate the very forceful vertical loop, the visuals with the Royal Scotsman coaster, and the pop of airtime diving into the final brake run. Number 4, Kärnapulten. This Gerstlauer sky roller is one of my favorite types of flat rides. While the main arms seem to rotate a bit slower than other installations, it is still very easy to flip the cars if you know what you're doing. I was able to get over 40 flips. Now this ride does have a bit of a learning curve and requires some patience and coordination, but the results are dizzying, thrilling, and rewarding if you get that flip. Number 3, Highlander. This fun-time drop tower is one of the largest in the world. This ride stands 390 feet or 120 meters tall, and remember, this park is located atop a hill, so it feels even taller. The views are just as amazing as those from the observation tower. That's especially true because the seats are able to tilt 30 degrees right before you drop, as long as you ride in the afternoon when it's operating in super tilt mode. This makes the drop very thrilling. Between that position, the height, and the floater airtime, it is an absolute rush falling to the ground. It's one of my favorite drop towers for sure. Now I must caution you, the next 2 rides feature some spoilers. The park's main 2 coasters have some special thematic elements and hidden coaster elements. This list will discuss the main themes of the rides, but there will be some spoilers in the stories. I will avoid the ride spoilers that aren't widely known or talked about, particularly for number 1 in this list, but I just want to give you a warning. Number 2, Flucht von Novgorod. This is one of the most unique Gerstlauer Eurofighters out there. For one, the theming is spectacular. The ride's story is that riders are searching for someone who mysteriously disappeared in a Russian city. You have a lot to look at in the queue line, and the ride has some dark ride sections at the very start and halfway through the ride. Then the coaster sequences are exciting too. The first half starts with one of the most powerful LSM launches out there. You then have a camelback loaded with ejector airtime, some OK turns, and a barrel roll with lots of hang time. You then re-enter the building for a fast second half. While this ride does have over-the-shoulder restraints, it is quite smooth, thankfully. And coming in at number 1 is Schwur Karnan. This is Gerstlauer's masterpiece. This is one of the most impressive coasters in the world because of how well it combines thrills and theming. The ride tells the story of a selfish king who becomes cursed when trying to protect his castle. This is told through a series of videos and effects in the queue line. Then the ride continues the story in the initial sequence. The ride's main drop is one of the best in the world, combining strong ejector airtime and laterals. Then you shoot outside for an intense layout reminding me of Skyrush. You have some powerful airtime moments, plus downright insane laterals. The one downside with this coaster is that the ride shuffles throughout the course, which is particularly problematic when you have a ride as fast and forceful as this. I still really love this coaster, but it did leave me a headache after my 2022 rides, which were rougher than those in 2019. This is still a world-class coaster though because of the storytelling and power, and I have a whole review explaining why. So those are my top 15 favorite rides and attractions at Hansa Park. What are your favorite rides at this German theme park? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Kärnan Coaster. Thanks for watching.